Welcome to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka and you're watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. In Super Soul Sisters, we make sure that we bring you the best stories from the women's perspective. And in this particular month of October, we are so excited to celebrate Uganda's independence with a girl child being empowered. That's why we tell you that in this particular month, to the month of November to December, we shall be nurturing our Super Soul Sisters' most inspiring story, and we encourage you to come on board because the finale will be on 14th of December at Amphitheatre in Nakasero. But before then, we want to say that a girl child has come from far. This is the month of October. 9th October is Independence Day. And if you look back to 62 up to today, you see that women have risen up, women have come up, women have reached a point where, yes, everyone will say that, okay, now women also take charge, women can take power, women have managed responsibilities that initially men had superiority over. So in this particular episode, we are still celebrating a girl child, and we encourage you, as a Super Soul Sister viewer, as a Super Soul Sister lover, to always tune on every Wednesday 9 p.m. to watch Super Soul Sisters, and I repeat on Friday 11 a.m. and also to watch us on YouTube. And when you watch us on YouTube, you can subscribe so that every time we put a new video, you have the updates. You keep watching. We have so much to give you towards the end of the year. As you've seen in our previous episodes, we have had young girls coming on board. And why do we bring young girls? Because we want you to know that Super Soul Sisters encompasses every individual as long as you're a lady. Soon we shall be exciting you with also Super Soul Senior Sisters. I mean the seniors, the elderly, so that you know that we only don't concentrate on the medium sisters, but also the elderly. This time around, we just want to pick the most inspiring story on Super Soul Sisters. I will still be telling you more about the most inspiring story pageant, which is running on 14th, the finale, 14th December at Amphitheatre Nakasero. I want you to book a date with us. Please clear your calendar. 14th, I know most of you would have broken from work. So 14th, why don't you make a date with us, Super Soul Sisters? Super Soul Sisters is such a show which makes sure that everyone is appreciated. First and foremost, I want to appreciate UBC TV for giving us such a big viewership, also making sure that everything is on point. UBC TV has really done a lot for Super Soul Sisters. We also want to thank our partners like Plan International, who has brought in some girls, who has empowered this girl and is willing to make sure that these girls actually progress from just being a mere Super Soul Sisters who are naive to Super Soul Sisters who are confident, and those sisters that will come and triumph and make it in life. So thank you so much, UBC TV and Plan International, and also our team over here, because you know most times we forget our team, but we have such a big team. I'm just a face, but there is a big team that makes Super Soul Sisters super, as you see it. For now, let us welcome Gloria. Gloria, you're most welcome to Super Soul Sisters.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
I love the hair and the swag that is there and the beauty. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation to come to Super Soul Sisters.
Thank you for the opportunity granted to me to
yes.
be here.
So who is Gloria? First tell me, who is Gloria?
My name is Namugere Gloria. I'm born of a Msoga lady, mixture of Mulamoji and Msoga. My mother is Chakovye Sarah, and then my dad, I never got a chance to know who he was and then his name. But I heard of his name. He was called Nkono. Yes, I was told he was a Randi. Yes.
So I was about to say, are you not called Nina Muiza or something? Or Rakozi, something like that.
No.
I was about to ask. You see how blood is strong?
Yeah.
It's very strong. And then the other, how do Basoga greet? They say Okobachi.
Kodeyo.
Kodeyo.
Yes.
But you usually hear people say Okobachi dada, Okobachi mama. So it's interesting to be coming from across tribal genes, like from different tribes,
yes.
And then they bring such a beautiful soul like you.
Thank you.
Now let me ask you, Gloria, where did you grow up from?
Oh, I grew up from Kalido district. I was given birth from Kalido district. and that's where I grew up from. Part of it, like I grew up from the age of, from birth to 7 years. And then from 7 years, that's where I got a chance to come to Kampala. So most of the time I grew up with my grandparents. My mom gave birth to me, but in a critical condition. She was raped. That is what she told me. I never got a chance to know who my father was, because after the coincidence, he went to Somalia. Most times I grew up with my grandparents.
You had a lot of love, Gloria, because I know grandparents, they pamper. You must have been this pampered girl so much.
Not really, not all that.
Gloria, the way you look so brilliant like this, you must have been
really.
pampered.
Not really. Actually, my grandparents had a lot of kids at home. So I grew up with those kids. Okay, the kids to the sisters to my mom. When my mom
Your
gave birth
cousins?
to, yes. When my mom gave birth to me, she came to Kampala.
Are you the firstborn?
Yes, I'm her firstborn. She came to Kampala, and where she met my stepfather, Panau.
So when you're in the village, you were in the village up to P7?
Not really.
I mean, until you're 7 years.
Yes.
So after 7 years, you came to Kampala to stay with your mom and your stepdad.
Yes, I came to Kampala.
So when you came to Kampala, where did you go to? Which schools did you go to? Did you go to nursery? Did you go to primary? Maybe you can expound on that.
Okay, my education, first of all, I studied part of my nursery in the village. But then, as you know, village, you foot to school, the schools were far.
And they give you cassava.
Yeah. They used to pack us sweet potatoes. You go to school. I used to move with my cousin sister, the daughter to my uncle. Yes. So we used to go to school together in that early age of ours, because I think I was around 5 years. I studied nursery at 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So we used to foot to school, but then it was far, we would reach late, and they hit us. The teachers could beat us because we are late. Then life was critical, that's all I can say. Because there is a coincidence, I fainted on the way. My cousin left me on the way as I was coming back from school, since the journey was
long and you were still young.
Yeah, and I think I had malaria, but I couldn't tell. I fainted on the way. I woke up, I was in someone's place.
Someone picked you up?
Yes. And the good thing, I was about to reach home, so those people knew me. They picked me up, and they helped me. They took me back home.
Wow, interesting. So now, after that primary, when you came to Kampala, where did you come to stay? Where was mom then?
Mom was in Mbia. That is where we stayed. We stayed in Mbia. After Mbia, we came to Luzira.
First tell me, let's go slow. So when you came to Mbia, which school did you go to? Like, did you continue with nursery, or they took you to P1?
During my school I was on and off. I used to go to school, and by then I used to overgo sick. So I was on and off.
Today you're at school, tomorrow you're not. And then grandma says, stay.
Exactly. So that affected me. When I came to Kampala, I left the village. I was in primary 2. But then, so if I came to Kampala, I would be in P3. When I came to Kampala, they took me back to P1.
That one is very common, because did you know English even by then?
I didn't know English.
Yeah, it is normal. Yes.
I didn't know.
So when you came, which school did they take you in P1?
I first went to Mbia Parents School. Yes.
And how was the experience? First, the bit you remember, Gloria, like when you came to school, because also me, by the way, I came from school, like I was in the village school, nursery school, then I came to Kampala, and I remember very well the transition wasn't very nice, because coming from the village, we are speaking Ate, so then you reach here English and Luganda, and you're like, oh my God, how do I go about?
I didn't know Luganda, I knew my local language.
You only knew Lusoga. So first tell me the experience you remember vividly, like the first time you went to school and you are all here, you are naive. How was the experience?
Okay, I'm a quiet person, I rarely talk. But now I'm getting used to before,
Yes.
since I'm doing journalism. The situation wasn't that good. I used to go to school, you find the students are bright, you know, they're talkative, and then you're not. I was shy. So I could shy away in class. I was asked a question by a teacher. And sometimes English was my problem. Instead of speaking English or Luganda, I would speak my local language.
You speak Lusoga.
Yes.
It's up to you.
And they really laughed at me. They used to laugh at me. I don't know
Munacharo.
English. Exactly. Uli munacharo,
How did that
don't
make you
know
feel?
I was tormented somehow, but I got used afterwards.
And then you learned the Luganda.
I had to learn Luganda by force.
And English. So you were in Mbuya parents from P1 up to what class?
I went to Mbia parents from, I think, P1 and P2. Then I went to Luzera Hill Parents School. Still P2, I repeated because I'm more
English.
Exactly. And the performance wasn't that good. So I went to Luzera Hill Parents School from P2 to primary 7.
So there now you learned English, you'd speak
Yeah.
Luganda,
I
you
knew
would
English.
play.
Exactly. I had friends. I made friends. I learned English. I learned Luganda. So it was easy to communicate to students.
So who were your best two friends? Let me see if you remember your two best friends. You're like, this one I cannot forget.
My best two friends, it was Achen, Priscilla, and Sharon.
Where are they now?
They're there.
Do you people still meet at jazz?
Okay, we separated after primary 7 exams. We went to different schools. But we still meet sometimes.
Yeah, because you see, at least for you guys, Gloria, your age, people still, there is now a lot of, the mobility has become easy. It's not like those days. If you sit in P7 in Kachoga Primary School and the other one comes to Kampala, you take so many years to meet. But now you guys have WhatsApp, you have all social medias, you can look out for your friends. Yeah. So that is very interesting. So besides just school, how was life at home?
I had issues with my mom. Okay, in the first place, I think she didn't love me due to what happened to her. But afterwards, she learned to love me. Because she had me as a girl. She took long to give birth to my little brother. So she had me as a child. She learned to love me.
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
He's 15 now, and I'm 21.
Wow, that's 6 years difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then my dad, okay, he had to love me because of my mom. But afterwards, still he had to create that love, the bond between us before they gave birth to him still.
So he was
I was
a
the
good
only
father.
child, yeah, because I was the only child at home. So he had to create that bond by force.
That means you enjoyed being a child to him. And you still call him dad?
Yeah, I call him my dad.
That is good. At least you grew up with a father figure.
Yeah.
So now, besides just, talking to your dad, having mom around, what was Gloria like at home? Because for me, I'll give you an example. For me, I used to play. I would play, for us those days, it was playing through neighbors, children were taken care of. But you now, you can explain to us, were you doing housework? How was it like?
I was very stubborn by the way.
Tell us.
In fact, I was a silent burner.
But stubborn.
I used to be silent but stubborn in my own way. So sometimes I used to dodge work and go and play out with friends.
What games were you playing, Gloria?
Hide and seek.
Round ball.
Then you go out with friends. You move because your friends are moving.
Just moving forward.
Yes. But then I used to come back home and my mom beats me.
Wow.
You have to do this, you have to do that.
And Mbuya is big, there is a barracks around.
We didn't have a barracks around.
You said you moved from Mbuya, but you were staying in Mbuya.
Yeah, at first we were in Mbuya, then we went to Luzera.
Luzera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Luzera wasn't in the barracks part, but within the Luzera. So we used to move around just to tour new places, Port Bell.
And Luzera used to look lovely those days.
Port Bell, the new industrial areas, and stuff like that.
Eat fish.
I didn't eat fish because we weren't allowed to reach such areas.
They would chase you to go back home.
Yes.
So what about at home? What chores were you doing?
I wash utensils. I used to wash clothes for the whole family.
At what age?
7 years.
And would you wash them well?
Of course not well, but I had to wash them.
Was
I had
it
to
by
wash them.
force or just it was part of the chores that mom had told you to be doing?
Since she was working and I was home, I had to do it. She used to tell me, you're going to wash clothes. Of course, they are not all home. You're the only one at home. So I had to wash clothes for my mom, my dad, me, and my little brother.
Wow. That's interesting. I don't think I remember washing clothes at
I even
7
learned
years.
how to cook at 7 years. I could mingle posho.
Posho?
Yes.
For how many people?
For 5, even 4.
But would that posho really be ready, Gloria? Or you just do it,
I learned how to mingle.
But would you have time to play? Like you said, you would play but also do housework.
I used to sneak around and play.
Ah, okay,
My
interesting. So if you had to look back to your childhood, let's say P7, primary 1 to P7, how would you describe it as a journalist, upcoming journalist?
I'm a success personally, because according to where I came from, it's a long story and it's a long journey to the person I am today.
Wow, interesting. So because of that, now you've told us that you've transitioned, you've been successful. So you're going to tell us now, after primary 7, where did you go to in secondary?
I performed well in primary 7. I got a second grade, a super second grade. So I went to a government school called 3Oul SS.
Which is good also.
3Oul Secondary School, where I had my study from senior 1 to senior 4.
And how was it like?
It was fine, not all that bad, because I met new students. And some of the friends I studied with in primary 7 still were there. Some of them, not Achen. Achen went to Lakeside and Sharon. So though we used to link up sometimes.
Of course, because you're still in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we'll be coming back to talk about the secondary and the university. For now, what do you think about a girl child as we are celebrating this month of independence in Uganda?
I think girls should learn to prioritize themselves. They should learn to love themselves even though others don't love them. They should learn to talk out their problems or discuss the issues with someone at least, because there are girls out there and they're silent about what they're going through. And some are depressed, stressed. They end up doing unnecessary things due to what they're going through. So you should speak out and get help in one way or the other. Don't die with the stress and the depression out of yourself. Talk to someone so that you can get help.
Wow, interesting. You know, when you look back in 1962, I don't think even people knew about depression. Of course, we were not there. But I know that your grandmother and people have told you about how women are, where, and now. Just in 30 seconds, tell me, Gloria, what do you think about the state of women now compared to back then, as we are celebrating independence this month?
But now women are empowered. They are free to do what they want, unlike other days. They're free to to work and access money, not depending on to someone, let me say their husbands. They are free to be ministers. They're free to be educated, unlike other days. I think that's all I can say.
Okay, thank you very much. At least I've got the information, and I'll say that for me as Jamila, I would like to say that it's very interesting to celebrate this month of October, mostly because as Super Soul Sisters team, we are making sure that this year we have started to premiere a most inspiring story pageant for the young girls. And because of that, we want to say that it is the right timing, first of all, because girls are empowered. Girls have reached somewhere. Even women, let me tell you, just give it a flashback. 40 years ago, would you see a person like Jamila sitting here talking on TV? It was not allowed. There was so much of male domination. But because of women empowerment and what Super Soul Sisters is also doing right now, I should say, if Super Soul Sisters was there then, I don't think they would even allow it to be. But because of the transition of women reaching somewhere, today we have Super Soul Sisters. And when we started Super Soul Sisters 2 years ago, we're focusing on women. But along the way, like, we cannot only focus on women, yet we have young girls who are coming up. That's why we came up with the idea of the most inspiring story. When we talk about inspiring story, we're not just looking at storytelling, we are looking at experience. You know, every story has a live experience of someone who has lived that experience. So these stories that we are bringing to you for these young girls, we want your support. On 14th of December, Amphitheatre, Nakasero Primary School, make a date with us. UBC TV has taken charge of the Super Soul Sisters, and also we've got partners like Plan International who have come on board, and they have actually brought these girls. They are willing to give these girls killing for free. So as we get to the level of having another season, for this season, we need you to support us. December is going to be a festive month. December should not only be festive. You should be celebrating young girls. Celebrate a girl child. Have a festive season with us. 14th will be interesting. For now, let's go for a break. We shall be right back. Welcome back to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka, and I always say that I'm so excited about Super Soul Sisters because it's the only platform where we women also can talk about our issues. We can share our stories. We've been with Gloria. Gloria has shared her story with us. This is just one of the stories. Very interesting because what I believe is every person has a story. Every human being has a story to tell. You just look at someone and you think, oh my God, this person is like this, but you don't know where they have come from. That is why as Super Soul Sisters, we said these young girls need a platform where they can come and share their stories. You know, there is sharing a story on social media and people are like, that story is, you know, they are lying. But on a credible station like UBC TV that has served you from the beginning of early 60s to date, it means that whatever we are sharing here is legit and it's something that will need you to be part of. This whole thing is not only on UBC TV as TV, but we are working as a team. Magic TV, Star TV, our radios, Red Channel, Butebu, West, UBC West, UBC West Nile. I mean, all UBC is into this because we believe that as we celebrate like now this month of October, we should show something that we've done as women. Because everyone now is talking women, but for us, we are like, we are not going to leave anyone behind. 2030 agenda is there. It says women should be empowered. So this is one of the things that we are trying to do. So I also want to thank again Plan International. You know, it is very interesting when someone comes up to do a cause, a good cause for the girl child. It's, you know, helping someone does not need that you give them money, but even skilling someone. You know, they say for anything you need to do, starts with the mindset. So what Plan is doing for us is to help these girls to skill them. UBC is helping to expose them. We as the Super Soul Sisters, the Super Soul Sisters, we bring them here so that you out there, you can come and put something in them. So we really thank you so much, first of all, for always watching Super Soul Sister. And I want to remind you that every Wednesday, 9 p.m., get a date with us. Gloria, you said you went to Luzira SS.
Yes.
And then from there you sat Senior 4. So how did you perform in Senior 4?
Senior 4, I performed well, not all that bad. Though I didn't have a chance to go to A level.
So what happened? Please tell us this story now.
I branched. Okay, I was affected with COVID issues. So I thought I would branch.
That was 2020.
2020. I sat Senior 4 in 2022.
Okay, yeah.
So I branched. I went to UMCAT, that is School of Journalism and Mass Communication, where I'm doing a certificate in journalism. And this is my last semester. I'm graduating next year in February.
So we are going to cut cake.
Yes. Yeah. So My journey, I'm starting my life as a journalist next year after graduation. I'm on internship. I'm on UBC though, that I'm learning something.
So what can you say about UBC since you've been an intern here?
UBC is one of the, I should say, advantageous televisions. You get to learn most of the things here, unlike other televisions. I've learned camera here. I've learned
how to edit.
Yes, editing and some presenting somehow.
You see, the beauty about UBC, as I told you, you seem like now Super Soul Sisters. As long as you come here, you're already a winner.
Yeah, they give you a platform.
We teach you everything. Everyone, you see me here, I can do camera, I can edit, I can do most of the things because UBC believes in training people.
Yeah.
We don't train you just on one thing. We train you in everything. Once you leave UBC, when you go out there, you're going to be a star.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to be on one thing. But anyway, I want to take you back. So what happened when you finished senior 4 and you decided that you wanted to branch?
Okay, my parents in the first place advised me to do HSC. Excuse me. But then I as a person, I wanted to branch. I wanted Meg at HSC, but then the school I wanted to go to, they didn't give it to me.
Which school is that?
I wanted to go to Budoises.
Budoises, secondary?
Yes.
Okay.
But then it was far for me, and then the expenditures. So I was like, I should branch. I went.
But now you wanted to do Meg. Meg is math, economics, and geography. So how did you then transition to journalism? Because I know journalism has literature, English.
Journalism was my passion since childhood. I loved it. I loved the ladies, how they used to present on television.
So tell me 2 ladies that inspired you.
Farida Nakazibwe.
Uh-huh.
Then I love Stella Nantumbwe.
Uh-huh. Then another one?
I think those two. Those two. Yes.
So you used to watch them and you're like, when I grow up, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
So how did you hear about Super Soul Sisters?
I watched the story of Stella Nantumbwe, the one you hosted one day. She inspired me. She was on Miss Uganda.
Yes.
Was it 2015, 20?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
Yeah, I was inspired by her.
Did you ever dream of being here?
Yes, I did. But most especially, I wanted to contest for Miss Uganda one day. And I think next year, I might be part of the contestants.
Very interesting, and we are here to support you. But before we go for Miss Uganda, you had also initially come for auditions for Super Soul Sisters. What inspired you to come for auditions?
Okay, I love the platform they gave to the girls to express their stories, tell their stories to the public. And then the winning of the Miss.
You want to be a winner?
Yeah.
With the most inspiring story?
Yes.
Wow, interesting. The good thing there is still next year. You came in late and you missed, but thank God you even got a better platform to share your story. Yeah. So, for example now, you are doing journalism. Yes. You're going to complete, but what challenges have you faced so far in school? Like after joining UMCAT, what are the challenges you faced so far?
Tuition. The tuition is too much on my side because I think a semester I pay 1 point something or even more. So collecting that money due to my parents, how my parents acquire money is not all that pleasing. I have siblings as a person, so they have to support both me and my other siblings. So that is a challenge to me. You go to school, sometimes you don't have transport. Today you go to school, tomorrow you don't.
And then there are handouts.
Yeah, we have courseworks to do, you miss out. I come from far, that is Boyogerere, the transportation from Boyogerere to UMCAT.
And UMCAT is in that side of Mengo.
It's in Mengo. So the transportation is kind of too much. But It was sold. I was put in hostel. Though still acquiring this hostel fee is also hard.
And I know hostels of around Makerere there. Ah, it's
They're
quite a lot of money.
expensive,
Yeah.
yes. So paying that money again, tuition, I should say.
But out of all this, what is you said you are successful. You know, for me, I believe I really like people who are positive towards life, especially when someone says they're successful, because success has its own different situations.
Yeah.
You can maybe want to learn how to make these flowers, and if you try, and then finally make a beautiful flower like this, it means you're successful. Yeah. So amidst all these challenges, these devastating states you've been in life, what is something that you want to celebrate as Gloria for now, before you graduate?
I'm a person who does not take things personal. In that way, I love myself and I don't depend on others. I have my parents, I'm proud of them and I love them. I thank them for what they have made me today. And because of them, I'm what I am, so I'm proud of
You're
who I am.
celebrating your parents.
Yes, I celebrate my parents and me as a person.
And your education.
Exactly.
So after getting a certificate in journalism, do you have dreams of going far?
Yeah, I'm going to upgrade to a diploma and then a degree.
And then a master's. And then a PhD. Because I want in 10 years, I should be also proud, you know, because in 10 years or 15, I should be having my gray hair. And I say, you see that girl called Gloria? I talked to her one time, that is Dr. Gloria. You know, you can still achieve it. Dream big. In Super Soul Sisters, we encourage people to dream big. Dream big, big, big. Let the dream get you on the way. Because, you know, you dream, but you get challenges, but you keep dreaming. That's the most important thing. So now, let me now interest you in something. What are 2 things that you've done in your life that you are like, oh my God, I don't want to do it again? Something funny.
The only crazy thing I've ever done is, I think it's going out in the middle of the night.
To club?
I don't club, but I was called out at 11 p.m.
Where were you going?
I went out with my friend. She called me. I was bored at hostel, so may rarely go out, by the way. So I was called. I was even lonely, so she called me. I had to take a judge at that time and go meet her. Something I've never done in my life.
It's called what? A bajaj?
A judge.
A judge. Oh my God, this is new. I was like, what is this? A judge, that's how they call it now, eh? Wow, I've learned that one. A judge. A bajaj, so it's judge, not safe border. Okay, judge. Thank you, Gloria, for teaching me that. So you had to take a judge and then?
I went and met her. So what she called me, it's just to have fun.
What kind of fun? Is it swimming? Is it dancing? Is it drinking?
It was a night walk. So we moved to different clubs, see what people are doing.
Didn't you really take a kabia one?
I don't booze.
Okay, that is good.
Yeah.
But now, okay, what was happening?
Okay, we moved in Kololo ends. Moved to different clubs, just looking at what people are doing. How are they dressed?
You were in which year?
This very year. It was in, I think, March. Yes.
So you moved. Wait, first tell me, you started from the hostel and then?
We moved around Kololo. All of the clubs around Kololo, at least we entered 5 of them.
Wow.
Yes.
Just to take a glimpse and then?
We couldn't enter to sit or eat something, no. All we entered to do is look at people, see what they are doing, how are they dressed, what are they doing there. That is me and my friends. We are crazy.
Then you went around?
After, I came back at Hosib. It was 1 a.m.
Wow. So what did you learn in that research that you did at night with the judge?
It was not safe at all, but I learned something. In the night, there are always it's problematic and it's dangerous. So it wasn't all that. Okay, it was just fun.
It was fun to look at other people, how people were dressed in skimpy, drinking, high, crazy, shouting.
Crazy, yeah.
But it's also good to experience that, because now when you grow up, like when you settle down, you'll know that, okay, there are certain things which are bad, certain things which are good.
Yeah.
So now, where you are in life, like, you know, in journalism also you have to specialize. So what are you looking at specializing in?
Production, that is camera and editing.
Camera and editing. You want to do both.
Yeah.
What about presenting? You have a beautiful face. You should.
Actually, everyone tells me that, but presenting, I think it will come as a by the way. That is, if I'm granted a chance to present.
If you're granted a chance, you are not going to look for that chance?
I'll look for it.
We are going to bring you as a co-presenter of Super Soul Sisters, and we see. You also present so that we see. Because in journalism, try to explore everything. Like, do everything that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to go for a short break, but when I come back, I have still like about 4 questions to ask you so that I know who Gloria is exactly. But for now, I want to thank you so much for watching UBC TV. Remember that Super Soul Sisters runs every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Friday, repeat 11 a.m. And for some reason you've missed, you can catch us on YouTube, still Super Soul Sisters. Subscribe, comment, like, and tell us what you want. For now, let us go for a break. We shall be right back. Welcome back to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka and you're watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. I'm so excited about Super Soul Sisters, especially this month, because when we are celebrating independence on 9th, there is a lot that needs to be celebrated. Most of the people look at the army, look at the political part, look at the infrastructure. But for me, my interest this year is just to look at the transition of women. Where were women in 1962 and where are women today? I remember very well, my mother then, let may her soul rest in peace, she was one of the first people to get a degree in her village. But today, if you go to the same village, you find that there are so many degrees that you can't even count. I remember very well when I was growing as a child, I never used to see women on TV. There were very few, because those were the days where we used to see Ballet Francis. I think there was another guy. And then also, I remember those days, the only woman I knew who was a big lady then was Dr. Special Zakazibwe. And I used to say, oh my God, when I grow up, I want to be like that. But today, when you look at just the political structure, we have the Prime Minister is a lady, the Vice President is a lady, the Speaker of Parliament is a lady. When you go to most of the organizations, you find Executive Director are ladies. When you go to police, you find ladies are there. When you go to the army, you find ladies are there. I mean, ladies have taken it. And that is one thing that I want to celebrate today as Super Soul Sisters. We want to thank our president for elevating women from just the kitchen to where I am right now. I should celebrate myself, because imagine if it was then, I would be now very old in Atuturu there in my village, maybe cooking, having grandchildren even. But because of the empowerment that they have given us women, we are here today. We can make decisions, we can plan for our families, we can, contribute to the economy of the country, we can contribute to the intellectual planning of the country, we can contribute to a lot. And that's why as Super Soul Sisters, we say that this year, this particular year, this month, we want to celebrate a girl child. And how are we celebrating that? We are not giving goodies, but we are giving skilling. We are giving an opportunity. We are giving the young girls to have opportunity to share their stories. That is the Super Soul Most Inspiring Pageant. And this started a few weeks ago. And today we are still voting for these girls from Africa Vote. And when you go to Africa Vote, please, we are going to share the link on this show. Please go there and vote for these girls. They have such amazing stories. Every girl who is there has a story. So you go there. These stories are very short. It is just 200 words 200 words, and that's a half a page. Actually, not even a half. 200 words, you can read it in just a few seconds. You can read all those stories and you pick the story that you like, and then you vote. The voting ends this month in October, because we want to have time to interact with these girls, because most of them are at school. So we as a team, we have a big role to do to interact with these girls, to nurture them, so that on 14th of December, when you come for the finale at Nakasero Primary School in the amphitheater, it's a big space. You will be like, okay, now this is what Super Soul Sisters has done, because we are going to make sure those girls are going to be super little sisters. They will be speaking to you. They will be. We have quite a lot of things that we plan to showcase through these girls, and also we want to give again gratitude and our appreciation to Plan International for really giving us some of the girls, because these girls came for auditions and we picked what we wanted, not that they just gave us. We picked the ones who had the most interesting stories, and despite us picking a few girls, they have still gone ahead to support them. They have supported them, they are willing to nurture them, they are willing to skill them, and they are willing to be present there. So all of you people that we've reached out to, come and support these girls. Come and be part of the story. Come and be part of the journey. We don't want you again to say that after like this, then you say, God, they didn't contact me. We are here calling everyone. If you miss this, go to our YouTube. You'll still find these girls. We had them on the show. You can go and look out and you'll get all these girls. They're quite beautiful. I think the oldest is around 24 or 23. They are still young girls. The youngest girl is 13 years. We have those who are 14, 16. We have girls who have hearing impairment, 2 of them, and they have good stories. They have good stories. I'm calling upon all these organizations, come and support these girls. Even just come and be part of the crowd, so that you see how far women have come from. We are celebrating this month. Let's celebrate it in colors. Let's not celebrate it in darkness. Let's celebrate womanhood. For now, let me welcome Gloria. Gloria is one of the girls that I really want to celebrate, because, growing up in the village, coming up from the village, coming to Kampala, pursuing all that you've gone through, because I know you're telling us this story. And every time you tell me that you're in the village, in Kaliro, I know Kaliro very well. Because I come from the east, I know Kaliro. Then you come to Kampala, Mbuya, then you go through that. And also growing up with a stepfather, that time before you accepted, it is challenging, not knowing your dad. Some of us, we are privileged that we got to know our fathers, even if we come from polygamous family. But at least you see him. But for you coming out strong like this, you're a strong woman. You are very strong. Because not knowing your father, and you still have this ambition to live, to survive, to make it in life, you should give yourself a credit.
Thank you.
Give yourself a credit and keep doing that, because situations that happen in our life should not derail us from, pursuing what we want. Exactly. Today, you are just doing a certificate in journalism. Tomorrow, I want to hear that you're a doctor. At my old age, I should be able to say that one time I interviewed that doctor, you see. You get it? So, right now, I would like to ask you, as a young girl, because you're still a youth, as a youth, what do you have to tell other women who have gone through what you've gone through?
They should be strong, stand firm, and talk about themselves. They shouldn't fear. They should talk for themselves, because no one is going to talk for them. And they should uplift the young women that are also passing through different situations. They should work hand in hand as girls or women out there to inspire someone out there. They shouldn't fear, but stand firm to do what they want to, or to be what they want to be. Personally, I wanted to be a journalist, and now I'm pursuing journalism. You want to be a doctor out there, you can still be a doctor today. So just stand firm and work for what you want to be as a girl.
So what can you say about the most inspiring story pageant, which you missed? But we still have you next year, you will not miss.
Of course, I get inspired as a person.
Mm.
And then stand firm and strong, and I'm like, I'm not alone.
Yeah, oh, thank you very much.
Yes. There is someone out there still going through something better than maybe my situation.
If you were the judge of the most inspiring story, which is happening on 14th of December at Nakasero Primary School Amphitheatre, what would you give the winner? Let me ask you, Gloria, because you want to empower, okay, they have given you a chance, okay, everything is there. What would you give the winner?
I think the crown is better.
The crown, like the crown, or that crown.
It makes you feel different.
And what would you want to come with the crown?
For the crown, it makes someone feel different. Yes, there might be money, but money is used and it's done. But for the crown, you're miss, then you are miss for good.
Before we wind up, what is your message for October? Today we are celebrating independence.
First of all, I want to thank His Excellency, the President of Uganda, for giving a chance to the women to be empowered and being strong. The Vice President is a lady, the Prime Minister, the
Speaker of Parliament.
The Speaker of Parliament is a lady. So I thank the President, and the advice I would give to the women that are under power is to help the girls down there, deep in the village, to empower them and help them become something in the Uganda of today.
Very interesting. Gloria, I really thank you so much.
Thank you too.
I can't wait. You know the things I picked from this show? I can't wait for you to, I'm going to follow you up so that at least after the certificate, go and enroll for a diploma. Immediately after, go for a degree. Because my advice is study when you're young, before you get all these responsibilities.
Yes.
I started my master's when I had responsibility and it wasn't very nice. So when you are still young, study, so that when you reach a certain point, when you start family, you have at least your books. Because where we are heading now, you need to have papers. Let no one discourage you. Maintain that seal. And I thank you so much for coming for the show. We've been waiting for you for over a month, trying to get you, but you're busy with cameras, editing, busy reporting. But today we've got you, and thank you so much. And for the viewers, I want to again thank you so much for watching Super Soul Sisters, for you for having time to watch us. We really appreciate. You know, nowadays with a lot of stuff that there's a lot of entertainment, but if you've sat there and watched Super Soul Sisters, it means you are a winner. It means you're a Super Soul Sister yourself. And for that, I encourage you still, make a date with us. 14th December, Nakasero Primary School in the amphitheater. The beauty about Nakasero, it is in town. Either way, if you have to use a taxi to come, you can still access us via Wandegea. If you're going to Kawempe, you can access. If you're going to Biogere and Tinda, you can access. If you're going to the other side of Mengo, you can access us. So there are also, me, I call them Bajaji, I call them Boda Boda, but Gloria gave me a new name, it's called Judge. So there are also Judge, there is taxi, there is Uber, there is, you can come with your private car, there is enough parking. You'll get where to park, and then you'll get to celebrate with us. So tickets will be sold at the gate, 20,000 for an individual. If you want a table, 500. If you want a VVVIP, it's 1 million. If you come as an organization, you can take a full table of 1 million. If you come as UBC staff, you can take 500. Because all these monies we are getting, it is towards helping the young girls. We are not even going to get a coin out of it because UBC already gives us enough upkeep. So all we need is that money to help the young girls so that we inspire them, much as we are not going to give them cash, but we want to support them. Most of them have skills that they are doing. We have fashion designers. We have people who are in third year doing law. We have, most of them are somewhere doing something. So we want to collect for them something as an appreciation. Of course, the winner has already a bursary, but we want to appreciate these girls because as Super Soul Sisters, we believe all these girls are winners, regardless of who is going to take the crown. Everyone is a winner because to come up to tell us your story, you're already a winner. So many are out there dying with their stories. But for you to come and speak, it's therapy. Once you say something, your heart becomes a bit light. And sharing a story makes it even better. You will share a story with me, you find I also have similar things, and then we feel together. So that's what I want. But still, don't forget to watch UBC, 9 p.m. Wednesday. I repeat, 11 a.m. Friday. And always, for this one, I'll tell you, always and always watch us on YouTube. You have no excuse. Even if you put 1,000, it's 170 MBs. You can watch us. Even if you do what, you can watch us on YouTube. You can just have a date with us and relax on your bed and watch Super Soul Sisters. We've had so many people here. So many. So for now, thank you so much. Keep voting on Africa Vote. Keep watching UBC TV. We give gratitude, we give credit to all our supporters, UBC TV, radio, engineering, the Super Soul Sisters team that is making this a success. Thank you so much. And of course, me, the host. Thank you so much. And happy Independence Day. Bye-bye.